Welcome back again, fellow travelers, to another episode of Random Planet with Life. We're going to leave behind our previous planet, like we always do, and find a new planet with life. For this episode, we're going to go ahead and stay in the Andromeda Galaxy, but we're going to do things a little bit different this time. We've been searching in about a 25 light year radius, and I'm going to go ahead and expand that. We're going to try maybe 50, 55. The amount of planets you find after you increase the ratio that much it just exponentially scales, so we're going to get quite the huge list here, and I'm going to go through all of them and try to find a really unique or a really habitable planet. So let's go ahead and cruise around and find our area. Now, just outside of the galaxy, we have another minor galaxy on the outskirts of Andromeda. It's called M110. It's an elliptical galaxy, and we're going to go ahead and find our target in there. Inside the elliptical galaxy, you can see how dense the stars are. So we're going to choose an area and go ahead and do our search. And I'm thinking somewhere around here should be good. So we're going to go ahead and put our search radius to 55 light years. We're going to go with one sun, any type of life, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it as any here. This might bring up quite a big list here for me to check, but I'm going to go through them all and see what we can do. Yeah, so we're finding a massive amount here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it at, well, I was going to stop it at 500, but it ended here at 476 possible systems. So I'm going to go through some of these and find our random planet with life. Well, I've found the planet, and it actually didn't take very long at all. There's the Triangulum galaxy in the distance there, but let's take our first look at our random planet with life. Finally, a nice, unique planet, very unlike the other ones we've seen. You see some lush greenery here, a lot of different rivers and oceans, some ice-capped mountains around, and the cloud formations look pretty interesting here. This is another tidally locked planet. However, I picked this one because it seems pretty habitable. So let's take a closer look. Now you may be wondering why this planet looks so different. It just looks a bit darker than the other ones we've found. Well, that's because this isn't a Terra planet. This is actually a carbonia planet. What that means is most Terras contain more oxygen than carbon, but this planet is a carbonia because it has more carbon inside of it than normal planets. More carbon than oxygen. This planet does have terrestrial life forms, some sort of land-walking creatures down there, but for some reason it does not have aquatic life. The atmosphere of this planet is pretty forgiving. The atmospheric density is only about 15% less than that of Earth's. As far as I know, the atmosphere might be breathable. Perhaps some of you are a bit more versed in atmospheric composition than I am. But Earth's atmosphere is dominated by nitrogen with about 20-24% oxygen. This planet's a bit backwards, dominated by oxygen at around 80% and a bit lower nitrogen. Look how Earth-like and inviting it is down at the surface here, with a nice smooth deep blue color and these interesting little hills and valleys. A lot of the surface is dominated by these dark gray surface features here. This must be a part of some of the carbon deposits of the planet. You see nice, balanced looking mountains in nearly every direction. Very long, wide fields of these carbon deposits. I find it interesting how some of these volcanoes are active, yet they're still topped with ice. I wonder what the reasoning for that is. We see some almost glow-in-the-dark green fields down here. I'd like to take a closer look at those. Down at the surface of those green fields, you can see it's just a mixture of different dirts and sands and rocks and some sort of greenery. I imagine life would be pretty common on these lush fields. Perhaps this is plant life or some sort of surface algae, maybe even causing a film to cover the surface of the planet. The average temperature on this planet is about 60 Fahrenheit. However, with the greenhouse effect, it's just barely above freezing. These ranges are probably because it's tidally locked. Half the planet is going to be very warm and the other half very cold. Still think it's interesting here how you can see this glow of some magma below this ice sheet. One of the most interesting volcanoes I've seen yet. At first, I thought this was a large river, but as we get closer to the surface, you see it's just some different colored carbon-like areas. There's actually no water here. We have some beautiful deep canyons here on the other side of the planet. You can see just how long these plateaus span. I've been searching for water, but I just can't seem to find any. I imagine for life to exist on this planet, it must be somewhere, perhaps underground. You can see some very high winds there. Beautiful cloud layer. Carbonia planets are only theorized at this point. They're supposed to be very rare. Perhaps this elliptical galaxy that we're in makes them more common. Perhaps these deep ravines used to be part of the planet's ocean, and the water somehow drained away or got absorbed deeper. But I did find that on the cold side of the planet, it's actually covered with an ice cap as we move to the dark side. The star of this planet is a red dwarf with quite some brightness to it. You can faintly see the beginnings of the ice cap there in the center of the screen. Overall, this is a very nice planet, and pretty unique due to the atmosphere and it being a carbonia planet. I'm gonna go ahead and give this planet a rating of 8.7. Thanks again for coming with me to check out another planet. And until next time.